It's been quite a bit. Well, I haven't killed my voice in a long time, which means I guess it's time for us to finally do another one of these world quests. I can't remember the last time we've done one of these. I want to say it was when we did the continuation of Jet's storyline. And no, it was when we did the Pari quest line. That was the last thing that we did. Which actually, now that I think about it, there was a paper that I stumbled across while doing that where we actually got to continue Jet's quest line during that. Anywho, I've just been trying to get better artifacts and leveling up my characters because we've hit world level 7 now, and now I'm at the point where it's kind of a grind just to do any random encounter in the wild. So we might actually die quite a bit moving forward. Maybe we'll still do the deaths equal pulls thing and the subs equal pull thing. But for the most part, I'm mostly just here to learn some lore. Now, while I was wandering around doing daily commissions, I did manage to think I found the start of a world quest line. It probably is because Paimon starts talking at the beginning of it. So, for those who don't know, we're over here in the Elnus region. And there's somebody hounding a Melazine over here. And we're going to just jump right into it. I'm told there's 2 world quest lines, one involving the Melazines and one involving the Research Institute. So we're just going to start with this one, because this just happens to be the one I stumbled across first. A little bit of a bonus game we're going to play here is every time someone tries to ask me a question about... If someone tries to self-promote their services, so let's just word it that way, we'll switch to follower-only chat. And then if they continue to persist, we switch to sub-only chat. Same thing if people post spoilers. If people start posting spoilers, we're going to move to sub-only. So if people really want to spoil me that badly, they can pay me. That'd be a funny meme. Anywho, let's see what's going on here. Oh, cutscene. That's an artist. Oh, wait a minute. These are eremites. What are the eremites doing out here? Hey sis, she isn't talking. Whatever. Not that there's anything more to talk about anyway. Let's just take the stuff and go. Come on, little one. No need to make that face. Why did we take this job again? Whatever. Hey, Gagubet. What are you doing just watching over there? Toss her the boss's Mora. Then let's take the paintings and go. Do we have to, though? It doesn't know what we're doing this far out. Why don't we just take the Mora and... How do they put it again? Favors are more important to deals than Mora. What? What are you guys doing? Where did you pop out from? Looks like you're bothering this young lady. Aren't bothered. We're just here to buy some artwork, you know? Buying? How much were you gonna pay for one? 500,000 Mora? 505? 600,000? Whoa. You don't have any hard figures at all. Well, that's not our fault. This Melazine won't talk. Well, she doesn't want to talk to you. She doesn't want to sell. You're just here to take her stuff, aren't you? Take. This is a fair exchange. Fair and square exchange. We're not going to shortchange her. What is this to you, anyway? Nonsense. Paimon heard a guy over there talking about taking the Mora. I told you to watch your mouth. Does it really matter? Haven't we always solved these things this way up until now? Can't you ever shut up? We don't have any time to involve unrelated people. Besides, what are you looking at? Nothing. Buzz off. You're putting into legitimate business here. I'm not afraid we might have to resort to less savory methods to settle this. That's enough. This is Fontaine. Exactly. Do you know what happened to those who break the law here in Fontaine, do you? Don't take that tone with me. What happens to those who break the law on my foot? Who do you think you are anyway? I'll say this one more time. Stay out of this. It's between us and the kid. How do you determine the age of a Melazine? Because they all look like small, little, furry animal people, so it's kind of hard for me to tell how old they're supposed to be. Looks like there's no reason. It seems I now must reveal my true identity. Identity wanted to. I am an enforcer of the law. Paimon? Yeah, that's right. We got a. You got a good eye, huh? Wait, sis. What do we do? What are you worried about? If he's a law enforcer, then I'm the Saritsa of Snetsnaya. You're just gonna believe everything people say, aren't you? Just look at them. Do they look like folks from my mansion gardenage? Maison gardenage? That's the one. Seriously, what's with the ridiculous name? They're just a law enforcement. Do they need to call themselves that? Is that what the guards are actually? That's the official name for the guards? I'm learning so much about the lore. Anyway, we've never seen people in the Wasan before. You aren't even in uniform. Daring imposters, aren't you? I'll have you know this is the uniform of... No. We're plainclothes officers. We're enforcers of the Corps of 30. Well, well, this is the most believable of the three lies. Plainclothes, you say? What do we look like to you, gullible kids? I'd call this less not being gullible and more knowing what to look out for from experience. Weren't you the one who fell afoul of not one or two, but several plainclothes police to the point where you nearly got sent to court? Shut up, you. Anyway, if you really were plainclothes police, you'd know better than us that you need evidence before you can enforce the law, right? Well, that's kind of why we're overseeing this transaction? Alright, that's it. Cut the crap. If you're intent on stopping us, then we'll have to show you what for. You too, with me. What did I say? I knew things would come to this in the end. Oh boy. Well, we tried to avoid fighting as long as we could. Ooh, level 87.
Freeze! Oh, so sorry. Dodge this!
I think I can kick him in the water.
Hey!
Super conduct. Let's just deal with you.
With sword comes shadow.
Freeze!
Harbinger of Dawn for the win.
Cool it! Dodge this! Don't get frostbite.
I must leave no stone unturned.
Just get our crit rate up.
Cool it! Don't push your luck. Dodge this!
Well, let's get them to fight me over here.
What's the hurry? Cool it! Freeze! Dodge this! Freeze!
They're almost 10 levels higher than me. They ran off, huh? What do these people always need to take a beating before they'll cool off, huh? Never mind that. Are you okay? I'm fine, thank you. I'm not very good at dealing with such people. You're very impressive. Well, we're well-honed professional adventure. If this turns out to be another 15-hour R&R quest line, I'm gonna lose my hairline even further than I already have. And we're well-honed professional adventurers, after all. People like that can't hold a candle to us. That's for sure. I don't mean that his skills. Anyway, he was the only one fighting. You were just watching. Well, Paimon's a guide. We're just splitting the work, you know, right? Actually, we've said a lot so far, but what should we call you again? I'm Mamere. My name is Mamere. I was painting here, but... Ah, Melazines can paint too? Yes, I do. Every day, in fact. Because painting, the things that I want to brings me happiness. Well, aren't you a painter then? I see. I'm not sure I understand what you mean, but I guess so. Anyway, let's help gather up the painting tools. First, Dan, considering how short her hands are, Paimon can't even imagine how she holds a brush. But your hands are shorter than mine. But Paimon has fingers. Thank you. It would take a long time for me to clean them up. Help Mara pick up the scattered painting tools. Looks like we're more or less done. Good job, Paimon. It was mostly me doing the work. You barely did anything, Paimon. Hey, it's called division of labor. Speaking of which, what were those people actually trying to do? They wanted to exchange Mora for the paintings in my hands. So they wanted to wait. Why were they... So they were here to buy your art after all, weren't they? Uh-oh. What do we do? Sounds like we had good intentions, but we ended up interrupting business transaction we were having. Business? I don't think you could call it that. Don't both sides have to exchange things for the other needs for it to be called business? There's a little hole slot in her clothes. I don't need Mora, so that wasn't business. You don't need Mora? Wait. You're not some sort of renowned painter, are you? Renowned? Does that mean people know about you? I guess I count, then. Previously, a stranger claiming to be an art collector or something asked to exchange a large sum of Mora for my artwork. Self-proclaimed collector came to you? And they cited a high price to boot? No wonder you said you didn't need Mora. If Paimon could sell her paintings for that much. Can you draw too, Paimon? Not really. But maybe with some hard work and starting today. Reckon it's too late for you. Not with that attitude, you won't. Paimon knows. But oh, this makes her so envious. That said, who's the collector you were talking about anyway? A rather cool person and quite gentle, too. If he hadn't suddenly mentioned Mora, I would have just given him the painting as a gift. Why do these tall people always love talking about that stuff? Yes, you can't put a price on art. I don't think it's a matter of height. Of course, after all, Mora is, well, actually, Paimon doesn't think you can evaluate art solely based on Mora either. Mamere, could Paimon have a look at your paintings? Paimon's curious about the value of the art, I presume? Hey, Paimon's not always thinking about that stuff. This is appreciation. Appreciation of art. Nothing else. Sure, but... If you're so interested, Paimon, why don't I just draw a portrait of the two of you? Ooh, would you really? You helped me chase those troublemaker people away, and you helped me gather up my painting tools. I've actually been wondering how to thank you all this time. It's just, would painting be too odd for the thank you gift to give? Ah, of course not. Could I give you some directions regarding the painting, by the way? Sure. Before that, I'll need to repack my painting tools. These people knocked my paint buckets over, so there's no way I can work here. I'll need to make a trip home first. Could you wait for me in the village? I'll clean up over here and head down soon. The village? Ah, right, it's our home. We call it Marisa Village. Just need to swim down from over here and keep going forward. Okay, then let's go. A brush of sea foam and crimson. Wait for me at the village. I need to pick up my painting tools before heading down there. Alright. World quest unlocked. Well, that's going to be the title of the episode when we eventually move this over to YouTube. Gotta go down. As cool as the underwater exploration is, I'm kind of not a fan, personally. 'Cause I think it just kind of makes the entire area a bigger pain in the ass to explore. Illusions finishings. Oh, jeez, I almost walked off that. That's a big-ass drop. A very warm place. Maybe I should just drop the world level and worry about that later.
How fortunate.
You know what? We're just gonna do that now for safety's sake. I can set it to 8. Never mind then. Looks like we can only go up. Because I don't grind, I guess we're just gonna be underleveled from this point on in the playthrough. Condescence crystal.
Cut to the chase.
As long as I can still kill them in a reasonable amount of time, I won't have to worry about it too much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dodge this. Fascinating.
There you go. Are you from the outside? Welcome, but I don't have flowers to give right now. They're named Casanova. Flowers, come on, there's no need to be so formal. Oh, Kozania. Okay, if that's the case, let me welcome you to the enthusiastically to the Marissa Village. Welcome. Thanks a lot. I'm very enthusiastic, so whatever you want to know, I'll let you know all about it. Nice. In that case, could you tell us about the Marissa Village? Sure I can. The village is home to a lot of Melazines. As well, you can see them here, but if you keep moving forward. Everyone here is a wonderful Melazine. If you're a good person, you'll definitely be welcomed here. I'm a good person. I wouldn't say I've never done any evil. Oh no. I have to tell my friends who I work at the Melazine. The Marchese Phantom. Hey, Dan was just joking. We haven't done anything worth being pursued by the Marchese Phantom. The who? Really? Really? Of course, really. Okay, I trust you. What should I say next? I forgot, but I remember that the ending was, I hope you enjoy your stay here in our village. Nice. Should go have a look, Dan? See you later. Well, the next time we meet, we have lots of flowers ready for you. That was a weird interaction. I wasn't expecting to get stopped on the way here. Oh, that's gross. This entire place is going to be underneath. I'm not a big fan of multi-layered map exploration.
Cool it.
Wait a minute, that's my mare. And Paimon. My mare. Are you surprised, Paimon? And happy that we can meet again after all this while? Well, it hasn't exactly been a long while since we last met. Actually, how'd you get back sooner than us? We didn't see you at all either. I came back immediately after packing and wound up waiting for you here. That doesn't explain how you got here first. Well, alright then. Is this Marissa Village? All those houses are kind of small. Pretty interesting. Maybe we've got a Melazine chef, and a Melazine adventurer, or a Melazine architect who specializes in building Melazine houses in this village. Hey, my mare, what does your house look like? My house is pretty and quiet. It's a good place to paint. Come on, this way. How'd you get to the village before us? There's only one road. There's actually a lot of shortcuts. Father taught us how to find them. You mean your dad? Does he live in the village too? He's not in the village. How should I put it? He's all around us? That's interesting. It's a big bird.
I present to you. I'm going to do my best today to help solve everyone's problems.
Oh, there's a little dog out front. This place is my house. And welcome to my humble abode. Please do not mind the mess. And all comments are welcome. No need to be so formal. So this place is quiet spot suited to painting because it's a good distance from the village. I'm back, Seymour. Garbled mechanical noises. Welcome back, milady. You are as gentle, lovely, and radiant as ever. Did the robot dog just talk? Why are you even surprised, Paimon? That actually seems to be a low bar for interesting as far as I'm concerned. Yes, Paimon, Dan, this is Seymour. He is family. Seymour, these two are Dan and Paimon. They are nice people who stopped others from giving me Mora. Don't phrase it like that. That's kind of funny. These are two people who stopped me from making money. Make it sound like we did something bad. Actually, never mind that. Why can Seymour speak? What do you mean? Of course he can. There'd be something wrong with him if that wasn't the case. Talking robot dogs aren't generally the norm. Is that so? But Seymour can. Since you're from abroad, I guess you know what you're talking about. That said, Seymour can talk, and he's also my best friend. He even critiques my paintings. I just noticed there's a camera for a head. Maybe someone is talking through it? I don't know. I see your judgment is very sharp, milady. Just talked again. I'm unsure that Mamere isn't doing ventriloquism or anything, but does their exchange really make sense? Feels mismatched. Paimon, we're listening to your thoughts again. Did someone give it to you as a gift? That's not it. We met when I was looking for paints nearby once. That's when I discovered poor Seymour laying in a pile of junk all alone. So I talked to him and we became friends. Later I brought him back with me and so he could have a home. Still, does this thing have any other functions other than talking? Ether puts out that Seymour paw. Huh, he seems to only respond to you, my mare. Pretty rude, huh, this Seymour? Well, he's probably just shy. No need to take it personally. Sorry about that. For some reason, Seymour only talks to me. He falls silent when faced with other people, just like this. True. You know, he might be one of those clockwork mecha. Do you just talk to him all the time? Yeah, no one in the village really understands art, so there's never much to talk about. I mean, they care about me, but holding a conversation can be tough. They definitely don't show much interest in my paintings as you do. Other than Mr. Jacob, only Seymour ever talks to me about art. Why does the name Mr. Jacob sound familiar? Well, Paimon does want to see how cool and pretty she'd look in your work. Also, is this Mr. Jacob a friend of yours too? That's the art collector from before who wanted to exchange my paintings for Mora. He was cool and gentle, but told me all kinds of things about art. He even said that he could understand the paintings. And despite all that, she didn't sell a single one of it to him in the end, huh? The harder something is to come by, the more incredible it tends to be. Wait, might Marmer's paintings be priceless treasures? Let's put that aside for now, though. It's time to paint. This is the moment Paimon's been waiting for. A priceless masterpiece is about to be created. I don't think I can do that exactly, but I'll do my best to make a worthy gift for you two all the same. I'll prepare my tools, so wait for me, alright? Let's look around nearby, shall we? Box. This box contains... It's rude to go through other people's stuff, Paimon. Paimon just happened to see it, alright, but still, it seems like there's some machine components to buy. Though they're a bit... Might be these tools to maintain Seymour. I guess it might be best not to mess with them. You know, Paimon thinks we've seen this type of easel before. It seems to be the design from outside the village. Speaking of that, how do the Melusines of Marisa Village trade with merchants from outside? Paimon doesn't think normal merchants would be any good at diving. Actually, this could be a great business opportunity for us. What do you think? If we took over all foreign trade with Marisa Village, we'd be rich. Aye, we'd be rich. I suspect that wouldn't work. Why wouldn't it work? Walk around. You know, Paimon's got a question. Why is Seymour the only clockwork mechanism that can talk? Might have been some experimental prototype. But if that's the case, why did he get left here? You think the new invention from Fontaine Research Institute would... Wait a minute, did the explosive accident at the incident back then send Seymour flying all the way here? Could it really have been sent flying that far? You're right. We'll deal with that then. No response. Guess it's like my mayor says, it only speaks to her. Interesting. The sound of rummaging comes from behind the door. That was louder than Paimon thought it would be. Ah, my paints. They should be here. Just gonna explore everything. Bottle. What's this small bottle for? Only one way to find out. Looks like paint. There's only a little bit left, but still. You okay? I'm just a little dizzy. Huh, a flying white fish. What? White fish, are you okay? Why don't we sit down and take a break first? Might be tired from all that swimming. I'm fine now. There must have been something in there that he reacted to. Probably elemental energy, memory juice, or something stupid. The MacGuffin. Alright, that's good, but don't push yourself, alright? If you feel sick later, just say so. Dan, Paimon? I'm out of paint. Are your painting tools ready? Again, welcome to my humble abode. Please don't mind the mess, and all comments are welcome. But, I think I'm out of paint. Huh? I mean, the stuff that should have been in the bottle, a warm and beautiful color. Anyway, I'm sorry, but please wait here a moment. I'll go gather some paints. I'll be right back. No need to apologize. A priceless masterpiece like the one you'll make should also need priceless paints, after all. Do you need to collect the paints yourself? Yes, I want to draw the most beautiful things. Common paints are fine, but they won't be able to portray the warmth that emanates with or Paimon's shininess. Paimon is very shiny. We don't talk about that enough. Look at how shiny Paimon is. Their sparkles and particle effects abound. Give me a sec. I'm gonna go gather the paints that I need. We can help. Yeah, that's right. Your hands are so short. Might be tough for you to hold the paint bucket by yourself. My hands aren't short. Your hands are big. They just don't have fingers. Also, there's no need to worry. I always gone out to get paints on my own, so I'm used to it. Wait, you don't have friends accompanying you for most of the time? Ahem. Oh, Paimon means, sorry. Why are you apologizing? Oh, I get it, Paimon. You must feel bad for Seymour, because Seymour can't move and I might be lonely while collecting paint, right? You're so nice. Thank you. But anyway, we should go together. It'll be more convenient that way, right? Yeah, let's go together. If you're both willing, let's go. Makes me so happy. Thank you. Well, Paimon really does want to see your work, you know. By the way, Mara, how long would it take to usually gather paint? About a day, I guess. A whole day? I try to fill my paint bottles the way I need a day is just so I'm drawing a portrait too. It should be quick. This is a really weird ecosystem that these Melazine live in.
Wish me luck. At the ready.
Ready when you are.
Where was I? There we go.
Opening a chest is like unwrapping a gift.
What are those?
Freeze!
Just get lost in the future.
Cool it!
No escape. Steady as stone. Huh. Time to clean up.
This battle theme is kind of nice. It's a good thing I don't do a lot of damage because it means I'm going to get to hear it a lot.
Oh, so sorry.
Leave it all to me. Get it. Hey! With sword comes shadow.
I'm just curious what these things drop.
Incoming.
They're stuck in the wall. I guess we'll ignore them then. Those are the ores that we need. Now what we need to do next is... Say no more. We're expert miners. We'll show you how the pros do it. Please wait. Digging directly is not going to work. The ore is really hard, so we need the prism over there to resonate with them. It's like calming them down. Once they're calm, they'll open up. Oh, it's this nonsense again. Easy peasy. So that's how we're doing this, huh? As long as we grind into the ore into powder, we can make paints, right? Mimere? Huh, where's Mimere? She was here a moment ago. She probably went up ahead. Someone that small shouldn't be running around like that. Never mind. Let's go head up too. Zoning out again. I'm just a bit dizzy. It's like before, have you not had enough to eat or something? Yeah, thanks, Paimon. I don't think this is a question about how much or how you have or haven't eaten. Don't push yourself too hard. Alright, let's keep going. Redstone.
Dodge this!
Don't blink! Incoming! Let it rain!
Freeze! Dodge this! This moment will be frozen in time.
Hey!
Rift Core. Huh. Interesting.
Not bad, as far as treasure is concerned.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
This world is full of
Speed of light!
Huh, there's no reaction. One prism over there isn't glowing. Do we have to use the other prism to activate it first? That's kind of annoying. Oh, there was 3 of these. Okay.
Is this an answer from this world?
Strange part. Should be enough. Where did my mare go? Oh, over there. Where did you get over there? Looks like we already gathered loads of stuff. This should do, right? So much ore. Makes lots of paints with these. Thank you so much. No need. But they're all red ore. Will we have enough colors to use? Oh no. Don't worry about it. Now it's time for the last step. Oh, Paimon knows you're going to grind the ores and make them into paints, right? Well, if you put it like that, counting needs to grind paints. There should be more steps instead. The ores contain a lot of impurities. We're going to make them into paint like this. The colors won't be even, they'll look dirty. Paimon didn't know there were so many considerations at play. Guess that makes you the artist. Ah! Lots of pages of these. Thank you so much. No need, but they're all red. Oh my god, I have to go through it again. Aether, why'd you have to die? Don't look dirty. Yada yada. This time we need to find purer ores to grind them down and make the powders together. This way the amount of impurities will decrease and the paints we'll get from there will be more beautiful. It shouldn't be that we're just the pure ones to make the paints from the beginning. There aren't that many high purity ores around, silly. You might as well be saying that if there's no Tadalga to eat, we have poisson compte pie instead. That metaphor sure gives you a distinct taste of Melusine food cuisine. That said, there aren't any other mineral veins nearby, are there? Yes, we'll need to go further inside the place to find pure ore we need. Do you want to take a break? I can take care of the rest. I won't be long anyway. We'll go with you. Wait, look over there. Is that a red whirlpool? Wormhole? What is that? It's a shortcut. Haven't you seen one before? There should have been many of them along the way. Shortcut looks pretty ominous for one. Is that what they call a shortcut that's the longest way around? Well, I always take paths like these. They're safe and warm. Well, so you say then. We've come this far. Might as well go all the way in, helping you find the high purity ores. So we have warp orbs now. Alright. What banner do we want to pull on? Child or Zhongli? I mean, Noelle's on either banner. I don't have enough spear users. I'm pulling Zhongli's banner. I don't expect to get anything out of this, though. At least it wasn't the Harbinger of Dawn. I have too many of those. What party setup would be best?
Ready when you are.
Go to a very warm place. Whoa, Paimon feels nauseous. This shortcut really was something. Was that part of Melusine culture too? On closer inspection, it seems that we did pass this place by when we came down to think of it. That there was such a large stone over there. That's right, and this place feels warm and safe, doesn't it? Father told me about it, and it contains high purity ores. I'll take care of the ones here, so just wait for me. These don't look all that different from the ordinary sort. Yeah, but their colors are totally different. Really? Aren't they all red? Well, yes, but there are pretty obvious difference between the shades of red, right? I couldn't tell. It's not got such a rich texture. That's certainly different. You really are sensitive to colors. Would you like to paint someday? We could paint together. We'll put your paintings and mine together around the house. You couldn't tell the difference at all, could you? Still, you could probably know a lot more about painting than we do. And the ores than paints, too. Either way, Paimon didn't know that painting was such tough work. Mining, gathering different ores to make paints. Paimon used to think it was just about putting paint on canvas. You feeling alright? I hear something. What do you hear? Are you okay? Don't worry about me. That's exactly how you get Paimon worried. If you ever want to be someone to worry about, you just say, don't worry about me. It's like the motto of the Fate franchise. Don't worry about it. That's what makes me worried. Could this have something to do with the red ores? Some ores do contain toxins that can affect people's minds. But my mayor's been working with these ores all this time, so they should be fine. By the way, what are they exactly? Paimon wonders if they'd fetch for a good price. Maybe if we collect some extra and sell it to the merchants outside, we might be able to... Ores that are even higher in purity. Oh, Paimon gets it. You mean to say that the higher purity ores needed for Mimir's paintings as paints are truly invaluable treasures instead. Right, in that case, let's help gather those ores. Alright. All this for paint. Prisms within LNAS 2. Prisms can be picked up with the redeployed at certain locations nearby. Cool.
What's the hurry?
There was a chest in that one. Enigmatic page. Oh, it kept the flower from Lenny's questline. Cool. Enigmatic page. Strange part. Redstone. Ancient paper whose contents are completely unintelligible. Perhaps there's a way to decipher the contents. Aha. Leave me alone.
What's the hurry?
Okay, so we want it right there.
Cool it!
Gotcha. Really? There we go. That one counted for some reason.
Fascinating.
What's that thing up there? Alright. The things we do for art. Sorry for the wait. That's... We weren't just watching, you know. We collected loads of pure ore. Awesome, right? Alright, thank you. Nice, beautiful paints. Here we come. Let's head back, shall we? You're rather pleased, remember? Is it that obvious? Your tail's practically wagging. No, it isn't. But you're right, I am very happy. You can make lots of paint now. Yes, well, that's part of it. What about the other reasons, then? Well, let's just head back first. Paimon's talking to you, you know. Whatever, we'll need to go back to that painting anyway. Let's just do that. Worry about how to get up there later. So now we know that pink orb thingies are teleporters. Shortcuts indeed.
What's the hurry?
Elaine's little invention might as well have been yesterday since I last saw it. Huh, boss? We searched her place, but we couldn't find the paints you wanted. You couldn't? Yes, we did find some bottles that once contained paints, though. They gave off a very pungent smell that made me feel all queasy. I see, so the paints have been used up. Well, that's an unfortunate coincidence. Well then, Miss Iris, please take your people and clean this place up. As things stand, this would make for too shocking a sight, I think. As for the paints, I'll figure something out later. Understood. I'm sorry, sir, we couldn't complete your commission. Before you could personally come up that little squirt's... Before you could come to that little squirt's aid, those two strangers came and stole the moment. It's fine, I'm not bothered by this. Well, it's not much about that. Don't you think that this would count as a case of force majeure as such? So, about the remuneration we discussed previously. Don't worry, you will be paid as per usual. I mean, thank you, sir. If only our employers were as good-hearted as you. Whatever the case, I shan't take up any more of your time. Clean these shambolic doodles up. Shambolic doodles? Ah. And what are you doing here? Hey, purple guy. Are you in cahoots with those thieves who wanted to steal Mamir's paintings? Oh, Paimon knows what you're up to, alright. You hired these people to steal Mamir's artwork to create an opportunity for you to rescue her, win her trust, and then achieve some unspeakable aims. Well, not that Paimon thinks getting paints count as anything unspeakable, but... Eavesdropping is a bad habit, good sir, good lady. You're one to talk, coming here on the sly and ransacking someone's house when they're not in. You've got some cheek to call others out. Who are you? Is this Mr. Jacob? Okay, this is Mr. Jacob. You can call me Jacob. I'm a traveling collector of art. Good to see you again as well, Miss Mamere. Mr. Jacob. So were all the things you told me lies? That you've never seen paintings like these before? That you'd collect them? That you could understand them? You did all that for things that have nothing to do with paintings themselves, right? You must understand, Miss Mamere. I have never intended to deceive you. Even now, I have nothing but admiration for your work. But you called them shambolic doodles. And I apologize for my imprecise use of words. I was truly mesmerized by their unpredictable, chaotic nature, and I can appreciate the beauty in them, so incomprehensible to the rest of the world. Oh my god, how gullible is Mamere? Of course I meant it. Your skills are the most enchanting, and your use of colors and persistence in making your own paints truly make me... You don't be taken in by him so easily. Wait, so this is a trick too? What do you want the paints for? What an interesting question. A fine question indeed, sir. Let me ask you this instead. What else do you think the paints can be used for? Paimon doesn't know what you want to do with them, but you can't be up to anything good. You tried to buy her paintings for a high price. You also hired people to trouble her and ransack her house. You didn't have to go this far for your own drawings, did you? Yes, why indeed. Consider that question for further exploration after this discussion. For now, let me venture a guess. You have just collected raw materials for the paints, am I correct? In that case, sir, allow me to ask you a question. Could you give me those materials? I have no quarrel with you. As such, we need not be enemies. In return, I can give you any amount of mora, as long as it's within reason, of course. Why are you asking me? Exactly, these paints aren't ours. You should be asking Mamere, shouldn't you? Are you really hoping for an answer? Or are you simply probing about my attitude? Regardless, I will answer honestly. You and I both know that Miss Mamere cannot stop me from obtaining her paints. But that same cannot be said for you. I never said anything like that. I'm not listening to you, you liar. Hush now, say no more, Miss Mamere. You will give me the correct answer, won't you, sir? Of course we will. And that being a big fat no. Mimere put so much effort to create something so beautiful, and yet you're treating her like this. This is the answer the three of you have agreed on. Well then, understood. First, allow me to thank you for helping me collect these paints. And well, though it disappoints me to say that will be all. That will be all? First you ransack someone's house, and then you say all that stuff, and now you want to run off? You misunderstand. I said that will be all, not goodbye. Miss Iris, I'd like to change the original terms of our commission. Eh? Get rid of these people. As for your pay, well, 7 times the original amount due. Oh god, how much is he paying them? You don't think that you can take Dan out with just these few people, do you? You know, boss, she's right. We won't be able to take that person out by ourselves. You're mercenaries, aren't you? You should know more about combat than I do. Since you have the numbers, why aren't you fixated on your strongest foe? Is there not someone here who cannot fight? Uh-oh. You mean you want us to... What do you think you're doing? Taking sensible, necessary action towards achieving a future far beyond our imaginations. 7-fold pay, there's no arguing. Sorry, buddy. Please do not mind my appearance, milady. My prime directive is to protect you. What? Seymour? Affirmative. I am here, milady. You are as gentle, lovely, and radiant as ever. Please step back. Uh-oh. Didn't expect to see a relic from the past. Stop getting in our way. You are not our targets. There will come soft rains. Resistance is futile.
Cut to the chase. Incoming. Huh. I must leave no stone unturned.
There we go. All that Noelle healing. Getting a constellation for Noelle is very useful. And it's been so long since I've seen her on a banner, so... We might be just doing pulls so we can get some Noelle constellations.
Leave it all to me.
Cool it. Oh, so sorry.
As a dutiful maid would, I must leave no stone unturned.
I kind of miss when we were doing 4 digits. All that's left is you. There we go. Ugh, what is this? Outdated junk, that's all. Elaine's own little invention. You've been slumbering for years, haven't you? Still want to go at it? Just stop plotting all this bad stuff. Why are you so obsessed with these paints anyway? Are they really worth you resorting to such despicable actions? Please, I've already told you why we are doing this. As for you, Miss Mimere, if we should meet again, I look forward to your future drawings. Yo. Well then, I'll take my leave, good sir and ladies. Ah, yes. And you, thinking machine. Let's go. Miss Iris, we have other things to do. Stop right there, purple guy. Please wait, you two. There's something wrong with Seymour. Aww. My apologies, Ma. Seymour! He might be out of energy. Did he take damage during the battle? So you mean... Oh no, this can't be. Are you alright? Oh, Seymour, Mr. Jacob, he always intended to trick me by saying all those things like, I love your paintings, I understand your paintings. Even worse, he damaged you this badly. I won't forgive him. I won't. Alright, let's go look for an engineer in the court of Fontaine. They should be able to fix or even improve upon him if we can also help you find more paints along the way. Let's pack things up a bit first. Paimon hopes your paintings weren't damaged during the fight. Thank you, Dan. You too, Paimon. What's the point of my old work if Seymour can't be cured, if Seymour can't appraise these works like he used to? Artworks that no one understands, those aren't really artworks, are they? They're just what the person called them. Shambolic doodles. Don't say that. Even Purple Guy said that there was something magical and inscrutably disordered about your work. Paimon loves your stuff, too. Have we actually seen any of the art yet? Okay. Paimon wanted to ask this since before. What do you mean by everyone in the village not understanding art? Exactly that. No one understands the paintings. Bah. They only don't get it because they don't have your artistic background. So they can't get the hidden meanings. Well, everything's about context anyway, right? That means you'll need societal knowledge and an understanding of history. What Paimon wants to say is, can we see the paintings? Sure. Huh. Paimon doesn't really understand its contents either, but it looks really awesome. And this might sound unsuitable, but it looks like it might be super valuable right off the bat. It's so beautiful. For example, these details here, they really got that immersive feeling to it. Don't you think so too? The other Melusines probably don't understand it because... You don't have to force yourself to say anything nice, Paimon. I can see right through you. Still, I know you're doing this out of goodness of your heart, so thank you. I'm sorry, Paimon couldn't tell you what you've painted, but it really is very beautiful. Pack this stuff up. I can't understand it. So that's how it was, I see. You don't need to come for me with lies, but I'll pull myself together. Don't worry. This painting depicts... two bears clapping their hands together, a drowned throne, a burning snowfield. I'm gonna go with the drowned throne. Huh? Now that you mention it... Wait, you really got it? So no matter what I picked there was right? Or is that the only right answer? Wait. What did you think of this painting? It's worth savoring. Yes, you really do get it. There are so many things I want to express via my paintings. I want to make the audience feel something new each time. Oh, so it's like a Rorschach painting then. Interesting. So Paimon was right. They're priceless masterpieces. Still, this is really the first time someone has understood my paintings. The other villagers think that they're very beautiful, but that's all they can tell me. Then slowly I began to understand that even though they don't get my paintings, they were still trying to be nice and saying that they look beautiful. It's really kind of them, but I don't think that's good. So I was really happy when Mr. Jacob said that he understood what I was trying to convey through my paintings. I thought, finally, someone can see what I want to show. That purple guy, he's just awful. Right, but none of that matters now. Father told me of many beautiful sights. I feel that the world is a lovely place, and it makes me happy. However, I'm not a good speaker, so I want to make others happy throughout my paintings. But most Melusines only know how to encourage me by saying that my paintings are beautiful. I like them too, but I still want to have someone around who gets my paintings. That's why Seymour is such an important friend to me. Unlike the others, he pays attention to my paintings and critiques them. It's also why I was really happy when I met Jacob. After I first heard what Jacob had said, I thought to myself, in the future I should only show my paintings to Seymour. Others don't understand my work, so they do not try to hurt my feelings. But since you and Dan understand them, that means they're not entirely beyond comprehension. It means that there are people who can really see the beautiful things I wanted to show. So like Seymour, you're my new best friends too. Well, Paimon is happy about that, but it does feel weird to be compared to a robot dog. Yeah, that does feel a bit odd. Regardless, let's continue cleaning up, shall we? Seriously, those bad guys really made a mess of the place, huh? Sorry I made you clean up after me again. You know, just like when we met the first time. It's fine, we're friends after all. Yep. Looks like you're in a good mood again. That's great. I feel so happy when I'm with you guys. Just like how I feel when I'm on the roll with my paintings. Still, looking at how you're packing things up, Paimon can't help but think that you Melazines really have short hands. Your hands are even shorter, Paimon. No way, short hands, Mamere. It's not about the hands, it's about the fingers. Fingers. Ooh. Baby hands, Paimon. Alright. Paimon takes it. Paimon takes it back, but really, you don't have hands like a painting. Inconvenient? Your canvas does sit on a high stand. It's alright, since my hands aren't short at all, but speaking of painting, I'm really sorry that I wouldn't be able to paint for you at this moment. I just can't leave Seymour like this. I must fix him first. He is my best friend after all. Alright. Sorry, Paimon, but I'll paint for you once Seymour is all fixed up. Alright, let's go to the Court of Fontaine together and seek out a reliable engineer to help us. An engineer? No, that's not it. I want to fix Seymour myself. You know how to fix Clockwork Mecha too? Strange that you would even ask, Paimon. Of course not. Huh? Okay, I'm lost. Eh? But how are you going to fix him then? Father said that he's seen a lot of machines, both intact and dismantled, so he can teach me how to fix Seymour. Father. You've mentioned this father a few times previously. What's he like? A master Melazine engineer with a long mustache? A Melazine with a wrench? I hope somebody has art of that. Did Paimon say something bad? Why'd you stop talking? Huh? Yes, I see. Here we go again. Wait a moment, who are you talking to? Are the ones I have at home not enough then? Mamere, hello? Yes, I'll try, thanks. So, Dan, Paimon. Whoa, wait, you're talking to us again? Father has told me how to cure Seymour. We need to collect enough components and... Come on, don't worry. I'll paint for you once Seymour is all fixed up. We're not worried about the painting. Who were you talking to just now? Father, of course. And who's that? Father is Father. Wait, can the two of you not hear Father's voice? The voice, you say? Oh yeah, of course we did. Has Seymour's breakdown hit her too hard or something? Anyway, let's just go along with this for now. We can comfort her later. No, I think she's just talking to someone we can't hear. She said Father was all around us. So I'm either guessing it's like a dead god or something, or like a spirit ghost thingy we can't see. We don't know anything about Clockwork Mecha, so what should we do exactly? Right, so we need some components. Sure, but of what kind? This is what I'm talking about. Pretty, isn't it? Oh, we picked up one of those. This is a scrap mechanical part. Are they really scrapped, though? They're so shiny and pretty, and they're everywhere here. Everyone in the village really likes them, so they all have some. When we help each other out, we give each other components as a token of gratitude. And Zana likes them more than most, so she often exchanges a lot of nice things for them. Oh, but she doesn't seem to be in the village. So they're currency specific to Marissa Village. Currency. Oh, I get it, like Mora. Well, I guess you could say that, Even if Jacob were to give me lots of components in exchange for my paintings, I wouldn't accept unless it would help me fix Seymour. Alright, sure, we just need to collect components, right? We'll help. No way, they're like Mora, you know. Getting parts from me would be like me asking you to do, earn Mora for me. That sounds like something a villain would do. It's fine, I'm used to it. But we can fix Seymour faster this way. Okay, thank you. You're nice people. I'll also go hunt down myself. I really can't ask you to find them for me just while I sit around and do nothing. Alright, Act 2. The Gradient Dreams of Ochre. I'm trying to open not the map. Well, that was about an hour, and it was one act. So I guess we can keep going. If Act 2 goes on for too long, then we won't continue. Ah, you there, tall stranger. Sounds like someone's calling out to us. Ah, you finally looked over here. Hello, tall stranger, and... Paimon. Paimon's Paimon, and he's Dan. Alright, I got it. Mr. Dan and Miss Paimon. Welcome to Marisa Village. Miss. Sorry, I'm just used to being considerate to the people in the village. Miss Paimon also looked like she could use some care. So I just called her that without thinking. Paimon could use some more care indeed. Hey, Paimon cares about you all the time, you know. Still, what's your name? I'm Serene. Just call me Serene. I heard you were trying to collect components. Did something happen? Alright. I didn't think that something like that would occur. This must be the reported to Monsieur Nouvelette immediately. Thank you, Mr. Dan and Miss Paimon. If it weren't for you, something worse would have definitely followed. But Seymour still broke down. So that's why you're collecting components, yes? Yeah, though we're not really sure how to fix him right now. We're thinking that after getting components, we should go somewhere like Fontaine Research Institute and find someone to help us. If that's the case, please take this. Are those components? Are you just going to give them to us? Do you need us to help you with anything? No. I didn't mean to use this to get your help or anything. Well, either Dan or Mamere are going to need components, right? So just accept them. Thank you. I should be the one thanking you. Thank you for taking care of Mamere. That child's always alone, never tells me about anything. Seeing her so joyously talking with someone, and that someone being outside human friend as well, makes me happy. Though if I had more components, maybe that could solve the problem immediately, right? It's as I expected. It'll take more hard work on my part to make it better assist everyone. Come on, you've already helped us. Anyway, we'll be taking those components. Thanks a lot, Serene. Right, where can we find more components? Let me think. You can check the areas around the village. If you're lucky, you might be able to pick some scattered components. But this method alone isn't that efficient. So why don't you ask the villagers if they need help with anything? I'm sure they'll give you components in exchange for help. Okay, so we gotta collect strange parts as part of this quest line, alright? So we already have two, because we found some somewhere. What about you? A Tadalga slurry, crushed innards of luminoid, wait, how much is little exactly? Are you making some soup? Smells really weird. Smells really weird, that can't be. I followed the formula Carabos gave me exactly, so it should smell normal. Smells like someone fermented sea bass for 3 years in a vat of dead frogs. Did you have to say that? No, Paimon has that image in her head. Anyway, what are you doing? Do you need any help? It's a potion. I'm formulating a potion. One that helps lots of people. So you're a potioneer then? Not yet. I'm just an assistant to a master potioneer. Her name is Carabas. And I am Veronata. Still have much to learn from her. Well, as an assistant to the doctor, must be a great assistant, right? Wait, what? No, not at all. There are so many things I don't know. I'm just working as hard as I can to help make potions. Also, have I told you my name? But I don't know yours yet. Paimon's Paimon. And this is Dan. Paimon, what a nice name. Reminds me of a noisy white jellyfish. Dan, that's a slightly strange name. It gleams like gold. But it's very friendly. Pleased to meet you. There's that gold comparison again that the traveler always gets. This is just the R&R Questline 2.0. I'm getting flashbacks. Well, just as you asked, I need help, and I do, but I don't know if I'd be willing to help. Ask away. If you need help, you should just say so. I'd like you to try my new potions. Eh? I know potions smell and taste bad, but they help lots of people cure many illnesses, and they're useful for things. But we can't get sick, and we don't like drinking strange things. Over time, people stopped helping me taste my potions, and that's been a big problem for me. You're the one who said this stuff is weird. Isn't it dangerous? It's fine. We don't get poisoned by them. So you shouldn't either. At least in theory. No, if you're immune to poison, that does not make me immune to poison. There are a total of 3 potions I need testing. One will help people fight better, the other will keep people feeling warm, and the other one, not sure how to put this, but Garboss says that it can help people understand the truth. That's what she said anyway. I'm still not sure what it means. It does sound dangerous. No, it's not dangerous. Anyway, would you like to help? If you would, I'll take you to the test site now. I'll help. Let's go. Just don't go drinking yourself into danger. Oh boy. Let's try the first type then. Don't drink too much. Spit it out if something feels off. I'll be fine. Paimon's worried. Thank you, Paimon. Pass the potion. Drink the potion. This one's called Super Duper Potion, and it'll make you super strong. Well, in theory at least. Drink it in one go. Pungent odor is hard to bear. It tastes sweet and sticky, and it's hard to swallow. Otherwise, your body has no reaction. Wait until some Breacher Primuses become active.
Go! Dodge this!
Don't blink! Yeah, nowhere to hide.
I think I am doing more damage.
Water jet! Cool it! Dodge this! Don't get frostbite.
You really are amazing. You can do it.
Freeze! Cool it!
If only it was raining. Cryo was more effective in the rain.
Dodge this! This moment will be frozen in time. Don't push your luck.
Leave it all to me.
Freeze! What's the hurry? Cool it!
They just keep coming.
Speed of light. Got to the chase.
Wipe out!
I must leave no stone unturned.
Dodge this! Don't get frostbite.
Incoming. Leave it all to me, as a good knight should. With sword comes shadow. Hey! Hip, yeah. Ha.
I kind of wish I could do 5 digits like all the people that have the really cracked artifacts, but
Go! Cool it!
I don't have really cracked artifacts, so combat is kind of a strain here.
Dodge this! Oh, so sorry. Cool it!
Don't blink. Nowhere to hide.
Freeze!
Harbinger of Dawn, come on, make my crit rate go up. Cell Splinter. That's not a reference at all, isn't it?
Steady as stone.
Dodge this!
Alright, I don't think that potion was very effective, if at all. It maybe increased my damage by a little bit. So did you defeat those creatures so easily because of the super duper potion? Exactly. Couldn't even say it gave me a super duper power. So it didn't feel much, but it was pretty sweet. But it smelled terrible. Is that so? Something good I get wrong? Don't be so down. At least it wasn't poisonous. We can take that as a win, right? Alright then, let's bring the super duper potion testing to a close first. Next, let's test the Coasty Toasty potion. Did you come up with these names yourself? No, I'm no good at making up names, so I just let others help me come up with better ones. Don't say that. Really, for something like potions, the name should let you know what it does right away anyway, right? Never heard that before, but you're right. That's what a master potioneer should be like. Anyway, you ready to test the potion? Sure, let's start. Oh boy, this one smells like a disaster too. Theoretically, the Coasty Toasty potion will spare you from the effects of cold and keep you warm. Yeah, probably. Oh boy. Reminds you of a crackling fireplace on a rainy day, otherwise your body has no reaction to it. Musty old leather. Rest for a while at her instruction. Monsters. Why are there monsters? So many, huh? Crabs. Oh, I'm on fire.
Cool it!
Speed of light. Hey!
Don't get frostbite. Dodge this! Freeze! What's the... Cool it!
Leave it all to me.
Freeze! so sorry.
I feel like these enemies were supposed to be crabs.
Cool it.
With sword comes shadow.
Bombs away! Go! Water jet! Don't get frostbite.
There we go.
Dodge this!
I must leave no stone unturned. Time to clean up.
And then there was one slime.
Don't blink.
Are you alright? Are you okay? Sorry, I didn't know what the medicine would attract strange things like that. That happened because the potion made me all coasty and toasty, you know. Is that even how things work? Can you be coasty? Well, right. Aquatic animals do mistake warm things for the sun, which will attract them. That means the potion worked. Thankfully. Thank you both, truly. Paimon really doesn't think that's how it works. Aquatic animals, weren't those pyro slimes? I see. Hallucinogenic side effects. Alright, I've written it down. Well, at least that wasn't completely ineffective. But its effects were terrible. It made huge crabs look like pyro slimes. Oh, those were huge crabs. We're hallucinating, though. But what if a more dangerous monster comes along next time? What then? I have already barred so much already. There's one final potion that needs to be testing. Are we still okay with that? As long as it's not poisonous, let's do it. Though we'll only find out if it's poisonous when we test it. Yes, thank you so much. Next up is the True Sight potion. Wait a minute. The first one was a Super Duper potion, then it was Coasty Toasty potion, and this one's called a True Sight potion, which means it can let people see the truth. What's wrong with that? It's nothing. Paimon just thinks this one's name is completely different compared to the others, like a 360-degree turn. You mean a 180-degree? Huh? Oh yeah, Paimon doesn't have that many fingers. You know what? Paimon meant it anyway. That's because Master Potioneer made the first two for me. I named this one. I'm no good at names though, so it's definitely not as good as the names she... So the shitty names were the Master's correct. Oh, god damn it. People have been gaslighting you. Really? Paimon thought it was the other way around. Either way, have some more confidence in the fact that it's got a proper name for a potion. Huh, thanks. Anyway, this potion's different from the previous two, so it might be very dangerous. So please, come to my workshop. If we're in the sea, the environment should help moderate the potion's effects, and my workshop has tools to help deal with danger, so... Well, this one sounds like a real doozy. Let's begin then. Alright, follow me. Back to the workshop. That's a crane. Gotta get some exploration done. Hey, this isn't pumpkin soup.
No, no, no.
The name of this quest is Hey, this isn't pumpkin soup. This is my workshop where I conduct my experiments, and they can talk underwater. Okay, for now, the next experiment will be testing the True Sight potion. Are you ready? I'm ready. Oh, please be careful. Potion from Venreta. Rank odor of massive dead seagrass left to rot under a tropical sun assaults your nostrils, causing you to gag involuntarily. We can smell underwater? Cool. You hesitate for a moment and then drain at a single gulp. The taste of the potion itself isn't nearly so awful. In fact, it really lacks any kind of distinct taste. Otherwise, however, your body has no reaction to it. Afterwards, you rest for a while at her instruction. Absolutely nothing changes during that time. But not long after. That's something, isn't it? Looks like nothing's changed. Phew, Paimon can stop worrying now. Yes, but Dan, you look like you were stunned for a moment. What's wrong? Did you see something? I saw a semi-transparent boat. Really fascinating, but can you provide more detailed description? It was too far away, I couldn't see clearly. Oh, very interesting, yes indeed, but I cannot serve a concrete proof of the potion's effect. Can you prove that you didn't mistake it for a reef or a shipwreck or a ghost ship after all? The results of the experiment are inconclusive. Thanks to you both, I've had a great many awesome notes this time. I'll definitely be able to use them for the next batch of potions. I've heard something very familiar, yes, but there's still much to observe to see if others can see the same phenomenon. Does that mean you still need to find other people to help test your potions? Yes, that's correct, because must have 2 more reliable witnesses who see the same thing in order to prove the potion really allow people to see the truth. The truth will not be limited to your constrained by eyes or perceptives of the viewers. It won't be distorted by what is at their heart. It objectively exists there and just is. Like the gods that live for thousands of years. They were not the... No, like white sand. The bones of sea stars, the waves that crash and pound, those are the truth. But the Master Potionero has also said that truth can also be created through dreams and memories. I don't quite get it, and it seems the contradiction to me, but I'm trying my best to understand. The topic got so deep so quickly. Let's not talk about such things for now. Anyway, I'd like to thank you for your help. Please take these. Also, be sure to come back again next time when I make a new potion. Got another strange part. Yeah, 3 out of 4. So we gotta do one more quest. Let's go back to the Melazine village. There's gotta be someone in here willing to do a side quest, right?
How have they not delivered the material yet?
I haven't the materials I ordered before arrived yet. The accessories you're wearing seem rather strange. My accessories? You spoke of materials you ordered? That's right, I mean gems I ordered from a merchant in Fontaine. I make all kinds of accessories out of gems, but conversely, I can't say I do my work without them. I just wish goods would come in faster. My accessories? I'm sorry, I'm an artisan. Whenever I see ornaments, and such I've never seen before, my mind jumps straight to, how do I make that? Yours are so beautiful, simple, yet full of charm. I love them. Okay. That feels like a quest line, but it's probably attached to a different one. Never seen you before, traveler. Would you like to try some Marisa Village's specialties? Local specialties? That's right, let me introduce you here. The ingredients sourced nearby to make delicious dishes to match our tastes. I might be tooting my own horn here, but our specialties are well known amongst the gourmets. The Steambird even included trying Marisa Village cuisine in their 100 heroic challenges to try this year feature. We're number 20 on the list. Oh god. Oh god, that's horrible. I've also recently come up with a new dish. Want to try it out? Lutine takes out a dish with a blurry silhouette. The stimulating scent makes your eyes swell up. This doesn't look edible. You don't think so, anyway. Sure, hit me with it. Contrary to its appearance, the dish actually is most refreshing. After a single bite, the pungent flavor also becomes surprisingly amiable. There's lots of things you don't know till you try. My food was pretty good, huh? Could you tell? I could tell from your expression. Note to self. Melazine cuisine. Smells god-awful. Taste meh.
You give, you receive.
Interview? You look like you're from the outside the village. Excuse me, would you accept my request for an interview? We got reporters down here too? A journalist, huh? Looks like give people the same impression as the real one, huh? That said, I'm not a real journalist. I'm studying hard to become one, though. Just like the ones that write for the Steambird. Oh, there's a Melazine newspaper nowadays? I'm working on one of my own. I record the things that happened every day into it. And I make some drawings for it, too. Wait a moment. I'm the one conducting the interview, so why are you the one asking the questions? Well, whatever, so as long as the content is newsworthy. Outland visitor reports business to Marisa, chief reporter. Guest interested in the future Melazine news industry. Ooh, that's our title.
Today's a good day to train hard.
Gotta do my best in training, huh? I think I've seen you before. Who are you? Oh, wait, no, let me guess. You're tall, you look completely different from the other Melazines. I know, you must be from the outside the village. A deduction most brilliant. I mean, I'm just a trainee. That's why my skills are still lacking. But I've been training diligently every day, so one day soon I'll be able to officially join the Marchese Fantôme. Why do all the training? To join the Marchese Fantôme, of course. Monsieur Neuvillette says that we all have the potential to become Marchese agents. But you have to undergo strict assessments and become a member for real, so I have to work hard. Okay, so there's got to be a quest somewhere I'm missing. Explore nearby areas. Well, we got one part from a chest, so it would make sense that we can get another one from a chest. Please come over here, Ahez. Ah! Hello, I'm Ahez. Pleasure to meet you, new friend. Hi, Ahez. Paimon's Paimon. Hello, I am Dan. Veronata told me that you found that ship, too. Is it true? Is it? Oh, this continues from the pumpkin soup. Which ship do you speak of? Oh, that ship. That very unique ship. Oh, that ship, huh? Sorry, forgive me. I must have confused you. The ship mentioned in the Spasnian, the white ironclad ship that sails through the dreams, the explorer of whirlpools in the abyss. It's the flagship of Admiral Basil Elton. Admiral Basil left a faded shipwreck and tattered logbook in these waters. I come here every day to pick it up and read everything with writing on them. I found weird paper in a chest earlier. So you can consider the me a Spasian archaeologist. I know everything about her. Well, not everything. Well, not everything, but I know at least half of her. Well, you must really love this ship, huh? You can't just stop talking about her once you start. But since you're the only know half, she must have been huge then. Well, she isn't that huge, because Captain Basil only left half the hull behind. So you came to us? So what do you mean by that ship? I knew you would understand. Veronetta told me, she said you saw in her in an illusion, the Spasnian. She who sails forward eternally. She who returned from the paradise of Cathuria. Her front half, to be precise. I'm not certain that it was her exactly, but we did see half a transparent ship. I'm certain that must have been her. I never once faltered. I've always known, ever since she responded to me, I knew she wasn't gone. Well, calm down. You still haven't told us what you needed help with. Oh, I don't plan on asking for your help. Not really. But since you've seen the Spasnian dam, well, I'm looking for it. Why don't you come along? Your enthusiasm making it hard to say no, and you've mentioned a shipwreck. Where there's a wreck, there's treasure. So yeah, we can join you. Let's go meet this Lady of the Sea. Yes, that's the spirit. Let's set sail. All right. On the high seas. Go to the place Ah has mentioned. New quest line. The Lone Phantom Sail. I think the closest place is just here in the water. All right. As much as I love the freedom of movement exploring underwater, it definitely makes it feel like travel time is slower. And I can't even begin to imagine how many of these hydroculuses are just free-floating everywhere. This is the place. We have arrived. Please wait just a moment. Allow me to tune the conch a bit. Tune a conch? Is that part of the grilling process? Ah, come on. All you know is eat, eat, eat. This is a military conch for communication. Now I'm just thinking about the magic conch shell from SpongeBob. A military conch? Yes, this is an old military conch. Ancient sailors used conches as a tool to communicate with each other. It must be a relic left behind from when the Navy still existed. I found it in a sunken wreck. When I tuned the conch here last time, I heard a response. Since you've seen her, I think you should be able to hear her response too. But you'll have to wait a moment. You know, I have a true conch before I can send out a proper signal. In other words, that ship can receive a specific signal. So are you saying that she will appear when you send the signal? That's correct. However, both time of day and conditions for the sea affect the conch's signal generation. So you have to constantly tune it to make sure it'll work. That's the problem with antiques. Anyway, please wait while I tune this conch and align with the vibration of the waves. Don't go running far away, though. Ahez definitely works with the conch. Okay, that's it. I've learned a lot from these ancient seafarer manuals. Now allow me to give you a little primer. There are 3 kinds of short signals that I usually use. Long low note, short low note, and long low note. Yes. This one should mean, well, my guess is probably means ready and waiting. Long low note, long low note, long low note, long low note, long low note. This one means, I'm not actually sure, but the response I received last time was something like that. It sounds like Morse code to me. Are they describing Morse code? So it's definitely useful for something. Short low note, long low note, 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 short low note, long low note. Whew! This is a long one, for sure. This is the signal that has the highest likelihood of receiving a response, and as for its meaning, according to the manual at least, it means I have a message to send. So what should we do to figure out the signal that will receive a response? Use deduction to find the corresponding signal? Yuck, no way. That's far too random. We have too little concrete information. It's true that I received some mysterious response back after sending these 3 signals, but I've yet to discover any logical relationship between the signals and the appearance of the Spoznian. So all we can do is try them all, one at a time. So which should we start with? Let's start with the longest one. Alright. Do you still remember the signal? It goes short low note, long low note, short long, short long, short long, short. Long low. Alright. Okay. How do I send... Okay, so we do 1. Oh, that's so annoying. One. Okay, there we go. That's kind of annoying. Did you hear it? What? The signal. Wait. Her! It's her! She's over there, in the distance. Paimon can't see anything. I saw it. I knew you'd be able to see it too. Quick, after her, let's catch up. Catch what? The ship? If you two grown sails and sprouted oars or something? Oh, that's right. Paimon didn't drink the potion. She disappeared. Oh, there it is. Chasing a ghost ship. Why won't she show herself? Even though Paimon can't see that ship so far, she's still been following you two around this wild goose chase. But since it disappeared, perhaps it's a hint to tell us to find something. For all you know, there might be a lost treasure here. Little jellyfish Paimon sure is greedy. But what we're looking for isn't treasure at all, yes. If we have to give it a name, it isn't closer to proof. By proof you mean... proof the Spasdian passed through this place. Such as the navigation log, any wreckage from the boat itself, nautical tools... Anyway, we should be able to find something related to her. Ah, so no treasure then. We can use the conch to send out sounds, analyze the returning sound waves, and determine the ship's approximate location. Investigate the area of interest. Well, this looks like wreckage down here. This looks like one of those things I wish I had a key for. It's a box and a bucket. Maybe we should open them and take a look. Just might be rocks. They are rocks. Yeah, really valuable rocks. Silly Paimon. They're ballast. Ballast used to stabilize the weight of a battleship. Oh, and then Paimon guesses there's no such thing as valuable ballast then. But since we found so much ballast dumped in a single location, perhaps the ship had to execute an emergency maneuver to increase buoyancy. In other words, she must have been forced to take extreme measures to evade danger, despite being the flagship of the Ironclad Armada. Stop it. Go away. How dare you attack me? Bunch of Mora. Big crate. What happened here? It's a complete mess. There isn't even a complete wreck. It's mostly just fragments. Signs point to her still being further up ahead. But she must have suffered irreparable damage, so why would she still forge onward? Such poor condition. Unless, we'll find out soon. So many tiny little pieces everywhere. It's like she was chopped, bitten in half by a giant sea monster. Fish. over here? More stuff. Alright. Busted wooden planks, oars, and the wreck of a small boat. Nothing worth looking at here. It's a lifeboat, so even the lifeboats were destroyed. Oh, look over there. What's that between the boards? Looks like a scrap of paper. Is it a log? Should we take it out and have a look? Damaged diary, day 23, following the great beast of Elnius. We have to stop or at least immobilize it before further damage is done to Fontanian waters. Day 25, following the great beast of Elnius. It's been a long time since we last docked at port, but when we got close to the shore this time, only ruins welcomed us. The creature had visited this place. We gathered the remaining supplies, but we're not sure how long they'll last. Day 35 of following the great beast Elnius. We found its tracks and followed the trail of blood it left behind, pursuing at full speed, attracted by many bloodthirsty creatures. Ship badly damaged, power system. We can only go wherever the winds and currents take us. Closer to the enemy. Fontaine expects that everyone will do their duty. They came here to fight against a monster from the abyss. Yes, I've heard legends regarding them before, but it does not mean that the Spasnian has already... This isn't enough proof. Let's go to the next location. Which is to say the Spasnian suffered heavy damage. The damage was related to the Abyss expedition, and she continued to sail on in that case. Let's use the conch and send out another signal. Maybe we'll hear a response from up ahead. Alright, the signals you want to send are long low note, short low note, long low note. Long low note, and short low note, long low note, short low note, long low note, God, this one's super lengthy. But these three signals should all get you a response. I choose the longest one. Oh, God damn it. Go after the ship. Paimon still hasn't seen the ship, but have you noticed? It seems like it's moving. You're right, we're getting closer to the shore. Why is that? Probably because it landed on the shore? Oh, so that's what Tadalga are. She disappeared again. Look at this wreckage. Must have once been the ship we were chasing earlier. Or, well, half of it anyway. She's all torn up. Don't be sad, Ahez. We couldn't have expected things to turn out like this, right? I know, but forget it. I'll go look around and see if there's anything worth investigating. Might be some good stuff left. Go on, Dan, let's have a look around as well. Oh, when did Traveler die?
Oh, for work-life balance, but I think that...
Managed to pick up some stuff. Hey! It's these guys. Oh,
Leave it
they're not
up to
friendly
me.
this time.
Someone needs assistance. Ha! Incoming! Good? Nowhere to hide. Steady as stone.
Cool it. This moment will be frozen in time.
Too hot to handle.
Freeze. Cool it. Freeze.
Leave it all to me.
Cool it. Dodge this.
Steady as stone.
Oh, so sorry.
Don't blink. Ah!
Alright.
Cut to the chase.
One down.
Cool it. Freeze. Dodge this.
Leave it all to me, as a dutiful maid would.
Cool it. This moment will be frozen.
Alright. Well, that did something. I see now. one unlocks the other.
Water jet!
Okay. Man, I thought that would do something. Do I have to bring all three of them over? It's not like we get anything out. I gotta bring them all over. That makes sense. Where are y'all going? This is a weird sidetrack for a chest, I'm assuming.
I'll keep this close.
Navigation log. 1800, visibility 5. Quiet sea with some fog. Prepare anti-fog devices and strengthen the lookout. 1930, visibility 3. Anti-wave devices ready. 2100, visibility 6. Quiet sea with 3 abyssal sea monsters emerging from 4 o'clock off the starboard bow. They seem to be the length of cruisers and cancel combat readiness cruising. Whole ship now ready for battle. 2130, visibility 3, terrible sea. Escort ship Caldona is damaged and paralyzed, not suitable for battle. Escort ship Venicona is sunken with the captain. Fall in our ship's hull, heavily damaged. Water pouring in from 3 locations. Second and third cannons totally destroyed. Urgent damage control is needed. 2200, visibility 4. Terrible sea. Sea monsters emerging in groups of 4 o'clock off the left stern. The number can't be estimated. Clockwork calculator damaged. Firing parameters impossible to estimate. Accelerating to draw closer to flagship Spazdian. In other words, the ship must have sunk in a struggle against the sea monster. Then this half was torn up by the waves and floated to the ocean currents before finally settling here. And if it was indeed destroyed by the monster, her other half might still be inside its body. But wait, wouldn't that mean that she was really bitten in half? Huh. What's that noise? More monsters. Here they come again. Oh boy. Chief Engineer, give me a report of the leaks. Oh my goodness. Rifthound nonsense.
Freeze! Dodge this!
I must leave no stone unturned.
Chances to survival is 0. Perhaps the boys and girls can be protected and evacuated.
Cool it.
Nowhere to hide.
Freeze.
Speed of light.
Yeah. Dodge this. Oh, so sorry.
Leave it all to me. I'll catch up. Steady as stone.
Cool it.
As a good knight should.
Dodge this.
I must leave no stone. Cut to the chase.
Alright.
Freeze.
Shadow reaction is where bulk of our damage is coming from.
Don't get frostbite. Cool it. Freeze.
Alright.
I'm getting tired of this game. Cool it.
Steady as stone.
As long as Noelle can top everyone off, we'll be fine. I should get a clam set for Noelle.
Incoming. Leave it all to me.
Dodge this. Oh, so sorry.
Time to clean up. I must leave no stone unturned.
Freeze. Cool it. Freeze.
Nowhere to hide. Leave it all to me.
These guys take so long to kill.
Ah! Water jet!
Speed of light. Hey! Ha!
I'm so annoyed whenever combat occurs.
Cool it! Don't get frostbite.
Someone needs assistance. Incoming! Ah! Hit! Yeah!
Dodge this! Ha!
Cut to the chase. Don't blink. Hey!
Alright. Whew. Oh, leave her, sailors, leave her. Tomorrow you'll get pay. It's time for leave her. Oh, leave her, sailors, leave her. For the voyage is done, the winds don't blow. It's time for us to leave her. No grog allowed, no rotten grub. It's time for us to leave her. Oh, leave her, sailors, leave her. The sails all furled. Our work is done. It's time for us to leave her. As the dream-like shanty dissolves into the ocean waves, sorrowful voice comes from the strange pendant. Blue like a little sailor, I saw her. She had the scent of a sea monster on her. But she is a good child. Perhaps she will not get my flagship dirty. Heh, it's a shame I couldn't protect her well enough. She was a good boat. So they turned into Rift Hounds? Are you alright? You told Paimon to hide and then you went wild on those slimes. Then you picked up a handful of sand and started talking to yourself. What happened to you just now? You scared Paimon half to death. I witnessed the moments before the ship sank. Picked up this silver pendant. A pendant, but there's nothing in your hands but sand. Wait, there's also a really small conch. Wait, so you were talking to this imaginary pendant? That just the contents of the logbook earlier were confusing you, right? I am indeed confused. What's with all that noise? What are you doing? Were you trying to haul the wreck off while I wasn't around? Is the wood from the shipwrecks like these worth a lot? I don't know. Hey, is that really what you're planning? You naughty jellyfish. Even though it's in pieces, well, bits of it can still be collected as souvenirs. I'm afraid it's probably impossible to restore the original white ironclad's appearance, but I can still explore her past experiences, maybe. Captain Basil seems to have been really fond of you. I heard Captain Basil's voice. What? It's nothing. Dan has been acting strange ever since just now. Maybe the rest of you will do the trick. Don't say that, Paimon. I believe Dan saw something that we didn't. Well, at the very least, there's no harm in thinking this way. But just like how I believe Captain Basil has always been supporting me, I will find a way to gradually restore her logbook to the nautical chart, and so that her adventures and stories can be marked as accurately in our maps. That's what I want to do, although the meaning of some of the names may be lost, and the location of some of the ports may be known to no one. That doesn't matter. We can just leave it to the people who come after to rediscover them. Yes, thank you for helping me locate the Spasnian. Please accept this as a gift of mine. Okay, see ya. That was a very interesting little quest line. It should be enough. Let's go meet up with Marmer. I'm presently reading the sailing logs of Captain Basil. Really impressive. I've learned so much from reading the logs she left, even though the Spasnian's been... But I'm more satisfied with having been able to witness her past from these records. How things been going lately? Been sorting through Captain Basil's navigation maps. Have been tough going, but it's also been really fun. I've learned about many lost ports through the reading of other stories in the past, and I've been able to approximate their locations through the records and clues she's left. Still, there are some things I quite don't understand. Things you don't quite understand? That's right, some of her logs constantly mention this place called the Narzinenkreutz's Institute. Narzinenkreutz's Institute, and she often talks about the children there. I think that must have been some sort of school with lots of kids. I had more corroborating evidence I could prove my hypothesis. Interesting. To the Melazine village. Probably gonna get to a stopping point soon. I hate fighting Rift Hounds so much. We collected a whole bunch of components. Will these do? You collect so many in such a short time. Amazing. Guess that's what I should have expected from Outlanders who've experienced lots of things and met lots of people. We've done this sort of thing loads of times, after all. That said, how are we gonna use these components to fix Seymour? Don't worry, just leave that to me. Things will be alright, just like Father said. She opens the immobile robot dog up along the slit in the back in manner of befitting repairs, then she stuffs the scattered components on the ground into the dog, seemingly without looking, as one might when well practiced at one's job. With that done, she takes out the strange mechanical component from her pocket. It resembles an intricately packaged candy with some indecipherable runes carved into it. She embeds this into the gear on the dog's head, and with a clack they come together. The components of unknown purpose skitter across the ground. She picks all of them up. They are valuable as more in this place, after all. Will this really work? Might just be Paimon's imagination, but it feels more like components dropped. More components dropped than we collected in the first place. On that note, the thing you pulled out of a moment ago seems kind of different from those components. And it's not a component, it's a token. A token? That's right, it was something we were all born with. Father said that if we put this in as well, it would be able to cure Seymour. Wait, you were born with it? Does that mean... Actually, Paimon's not sure how Melazines are born in the first place. Me neither, Paimon. I'm not sure either. Now that I'm considering it, but my first memory is I had the token with me. That's how it is for everyone. Then isn't it something really valuable to you? Yes, tokens are very important to us. They're different from ordinary components. They were the first memento we received when we arrived in this beautiful world. They are proof that we are alive. But if that's the case, why did you just use it like that? Well, I didn't throw it away or anything. Seymour will be by my side, right? And he's this way because he tried to save me, so... Oh, he's getting up. Relay module detected. Environment check. Contamination levels high. Activating in safe mode. Whoa, it suddenly moved. Unidentified life forms detective. Related information entered. It is a pleasure to meet you, Miss Mamere, and... They are Dan and Paimon. You have entered this data previously. It is an honor to meet you, noble Mr. Dan and Paimon, the adorable little one. Thank you for the help in previous altercation. I am prototype 4ACV07. You may call me Seymour. Up till today, for 17/10 to the upwards of 21st power clockwork cycles, that's a long-ass fucking time. My functions were in hibernation, awaiting their awakening by my master, such that I may continue fulfilling my assignment. Hibernation? Couldn't you talk normally before, though? By normal speech, you refer to my pre-configured automated responses, yes? Huh? Pre-programmed automatic responses? Your observation is most sharp, almost comparable to that of my master. Precisely. When you would bring my Artifice Clockwork Relay module nearby, Miss Mamere, my main voice unit, would automatically be triggered. An Artifice Clockwork Relay module. Are you referring to her token? I apologize, but I cannot answer your question. I do not understand the meaning of this token you refer to. So the only reason it was talking to my mare before is because her token, for whatever reason, was the relay module to this dog. That's fucking hilarious. As such, I can make no judgment as to any relationship between this token and said artificed relay module. Regardless, while hibernating, I would automatically play preset responses to specific situations to ensure that my voiceover units would work properly once energy supply was restored. In other words, you were just playing fixed lines before? Is that what you mean? Affirmative. Your understanding is completely correct, Pylon, as befits your elegance and wisdom. A large amount of energy is required to operate my natural language processing unit. My logic unit actively shuts it off when power supply cannot be guaranteed so as to prevent complete loss of my functionality. So that means... So all the things you said before me were just pre-written? Affirmative. Your understanding is correct, Miss Mummer. During my previous hibernation, our interactions were all performed through the playback of pre-recorded voice assets. Ugh. Oh, God. Poor Mummer. Uh-oh. However, my visual and information processing module were not shut off, so I do have the paintings you displayed in my memory unit. I can recognize more than 103,900 different styles of art, but your work does not match any of them. As such, I can reasonably infer that your art has unprecedented artistic value. I did not mention this before using my preset voice asset, so consider this an appended to any previous related comments. Really? Affirmative. You see, the only reason people do not understand your art is because your style is too new and unique. So don't worry about it. They'll get it in the future for sure. Thank you, Seymour. Paimon, I was afraid that... See, even Seymour says so. You gotta believe in yourself. And you gotta believe in us, too. We understand your paintings, and they are truly beautiful. In any case, thank you all for your help in restoring my lost relay module. This way I will be able to better fulfill my mission to protect my master. By master, you mean my mare? Is that why you suddenly activated to protect her when she was in danger? Negative. I am infinitely grateful for her for taking care of me during my hibernation. However, she is not my master. My master is... I apologize. Some of my memories have suffered light damage. Inference caused by my previous damage, unable to locate data related to master. Reason for previous emergency activation is unknown. That should not have happened. I must schedule logic unit maintenance. Well, why don't we have something to eat, Seymour? You've never eaten anything before. Maybe you could figure something else once you had your... It's a robot! Not every problem can be solved by eating, and you know... Just most of them. Estimated data damage. High. Attempted global search for relevant information. Searching last recorded segment. Failure. Critical data damaged. Search procedure has been forcefully terminated. Are you really okay? It feels like you're getting worse somehow. Thank you for your concern, Miss Paimon. But do not worry, I was merely running a self-diagnostic. I can confirm that everything is operating normal. Ah, this is happening again. It's the red dust. It was accompanied by a quake this time. Warning. Extreme increase environmental contamination detected. For your safety, please leave this place to avoid irreversible damage. Wait, what kind of contamination are you talking about? What's going on? Ah. Father says it's dangerous. Hurry. Father again. What danger? What do we have to hurry and do? The scattered melazines. Danger. There's no time to explain. Please help me. Whatever the case, Dan, Paimon has a bad feeling about the quake just now. Maybe it has something to do with the, what my mayor was talking about. Let's get going. So we're leaving the village?
I'll catch up. dusty.
A very
Best
bright
give it a
place.
spring cleaning. A little dusty. Best give it a spring cleaning.
There will come soft rains.
Freeze! What's the hurry?
Oh no, not more of these things. Threat assessment, indeterminate, see more entering sweeper mode.
Cool it! This moment will be frozen in time.
Yeah. Steady as stone, as a dutiful maid would.
Alright. I love this battle theme. It's a shame it's gonna take forever.
Wipe out!
Incoming. I must leave no stone unturned.
Dodge this!
With sword comes shadow.
Just pick them off one by one. Put them down.
Steady as stone.
Freeze! Ah! Ah! Ha! Ah! Cool it! Ah! Ha! Ah! Ha! Ah! Ha! Ah! Ha! Ah! Ah! Dodge this! Ah! Ah! Don't get frostbite! Ha! Ah! Cool it! What's the hurry? Ha! Ah! Ah!
Someone needs assistance.
I need to fucking put Barbara on this team. Because keeping Kaya's health up is the only way he does any real damage.
Ah! Ha! Ah!
Speed of light. Hey!
Pitching just does consistent damage though. No metallazine in sight. Got in trouble somewhere? Alright.
That's everything. The next.
I need to keep leveling up Barbara at some point.
Wish me luck.
Actually, let's just put Kaya in the front slot.
Just what will we come across this time?
We can do this.
Oh, I'm looking for...
That's everything. On to the next.
Oh, they're down there. There really is nothing here. You sure this is the place? It should be. Father couldn't be wrong. Still, Paimon didn't expect Seymour to could dive. Affirmative. I am equipped with the latest multi-use diving unit, with which I am always able to accompany my master and those composed of pure water. Oh, there's another person now. Huh, Lemaire? What are you doing here? Whoa, where did you come from? Sorry, did I scare you? Those monsters kind of just came jumping out of these glowing circles, so I hid in the cleft of rocks. All good, as long as you're okay. Are you alone? No, there's a friend of mine who's been trapped over there, though. The child's name is Puka. Tall one, could I ask you to rescue her? Leave it to us. Yep, let's go. Please get away from me. Huh. I feel like I'm supposed to be doing this. Oh, I just have to hit each one of them once. Thank you, tall person. I've never been called a tall person in my life, so it feels really nice to be called a tall person. Thank you, good-hearted Spectre. Hang on a sec, who you calling Spectre? Paimon's Paimon, and this is Dan. Anyway, what was all that just now? Why were you two in a place like this? I don't know what happened earlier. The ground suddenly started to shake, and those scary, scary monsters started to show up. Puka and I were here to pick up those beautiful stones. Been here many times, and this never happened, nor have we ever seen those frightening creatures. So I've been wanting to ask this. Why is Mimere here? Mimere brought us here. Huh. But how did you know we were here? Father told me. He told me that you were in danger and that I should ask Dan and Paimon to come save you. Father? Ah, I see. So it was Father that asked you to come and save us. Thank you, Mimere. So you know who Father is, Glissati? No. Mimere always talks to herself about how she is able to speak to Father. I've always supposed that that's her imaginary friend. She's largely alone otherwise. I don't know what's going on, but thank you all the same. Don't thank me. I didn't do anything. Father's the one who told me what to do. My apologies for interrupting. Miss Mimere, Miss Puka, considering the surroundings, I suggest that we leave this place post-haste and avoid further attacks. Ah! Another dog appeared! Calm down, Puka. This is a robot dog that Mimere picked up before, right? It couldn't move, though, could it? A keen observation, Miss Glissati. Regardless, my logic circuits recommend that we tarry. Please allow me to escort you to a safe location. The contamination index here has exceeded the threshold of human tolerance. Contamination index. Could that be related to the hallucinations I saw earlier? Safe place, so we just need to go back home. Yep, Paimon doesn't know what Seymour means by contamination index stuff, but we might get attacked again if we stay here, so y'all better get home safe first. God, thank you, Miss Paimon. Got a good heart. Alright, let's go. Now what? Ah, that looks suspicious. "20,000 leagues under the sea." It's just more Melazine Village, but underwater version. Oh, this is the village. It's just underwater now. Ah, so there was a village here too, huh? Yeah, this place is closer to the ore veins, so... As for me, I'm here because it makes it easier to care for the injured animals in the area. Anyway, we should be safe once we reach home. Thank you. Thank you as well, Mamere. If it wasn't for you, we might have never made it back. Let's have the tea the next time we get a chance. Ah, come on now. Now's not the time to be shy. I'm not shy, I'm just... Oh, never mind. I understand. In any case, we gotta go back first. Thank you for escorting us, Dan and Paimon. See you. Stay safe. That's like the way I always say goodbye in real life. I usually say stay safe. It came out of habit during the pandemic. Well, I guess our rescue mission's done and dusted, eh? Thank you for your help, and for being willing to trust me. Otherwise, I wouldn't have known what to do when faced with those monsters. Negative. According to hypotheticals generated from your previous data, Melita, my sweeper mode would have been capable of negating the threat posed by those hostile life forms. If not for this gentleman's help, however, I wouldn't have eliminated them as quickly. Thank you for your aid. Dan and Paimon, well-seasoned adventurers, you know? Still, what are these things doing in Elneas? And they appeared alongside the Quake, too. I wonder how Father's doing. Speaking of that, Paimon thought that Father was a secret only the Melazines knew about. Paimon didn't think that the other Melazines hadn't heard of him either. That's right, no one can hear his voice, just like how no one can understand the painting's contents. They would think that I was talking to myself whenever I spoke to Father. That's understandable. It means the voice I heard then was... Well, now that we've seen you repair Seymour and take us to Puka and such, Paimon's sure that the Father must be a decent person. Absolutely, he's the best in the world. Oh no, everything's shaking again. Those monsters, they've appeared elsewhere. Huh? This time they showed up where we were just collecting paints previously. You mean the place with the large house and the shipwreck? It's a long way from there to here. Yeah, I know. What should we do? If we don't make it in time, there's no need to take the long way. We can ascend directly from here. But there should be no path up there. I have just completed a full scan of the surrounding areas. We need only penetrate the layers of rock above us to reach Marissa Village directly. That will allow us to reach our destination in good time. It's not that simple, you know. What do you mean, only need to penetrate the layers of rock above us? How do we do that? I detect lack of faith in my functionalities, Miss Paimon. My concern is unnecessary. My most advanced mining module can penetrate rock layers of this thickness. Damn. That's an impressive robot dog. When do I get my own? Can I get one? I need my own Seymour. Please take me to the waters above. I cannot maintain diving unit operation while mining module is active. Well, I guess he can do that, huh? Mining module attached. Huh. You just smashed that to pieces. You're pretty strong, aren't you, Seymour? Actually, now that's not the time to worry about that. Gotta get back quickly. Ah, they just want me to use the teleporter. Got it. That makes much better sense. Take the shortcuts. Always take the shortcuts. Hooray.
Freeze! Dodge this!
Incoming!
Barbara just works so well
Nowhere
on
to
this
hide.
team.
Don't blink! Come on! We can do it! I must leave no stone unturned. Time to clean up.
This moment will be frozen in time.
There we go. There we go. Resonance shatters the ore. Melusine unexpectedly falls out. You rush over to help her up. Fortunately, she doesn't appear to be injured. Verda! My mare, what are you doing here? And you are... Paimon's Paimon, and he's Dan. My mare brought us here. Is that so? Thank you all. My name is Verda. Just call me V. I'm an apprentice agent of the Marches Phantom. Oh, that's right. You're the one that we helped out earlier. Or that we met earlier. Still, I didn't think I would get into this mess. How embarrassing. An apprentice agent? So you're with the authorities of Fontaine? No, it's a self-proclaimed title at the moment. One day, though, I'll be a proper agent just like Seldy. Sadal. Sadil. Wait, so you can give yourself that title? Anyway, what happened just now? Why did you end up hiding inside a rock? Eh? Did I do something like that? I don't remember. I just remembered falling down while fleeing, but nothing else after that. That was Father protecting you. Father? Never mind for that for now. Even Dan and Paimon don't know what that's about. More importantly, are there any other Melusines trapped here? I didn't see anyone else. I was doing special training alone here, after all. But I did catch sight of some humans I've never seen before. Might have been 4 of them? Humans you've never seen before. What? Wait a sec. Did you come across a purple guy and 3 people in red scarves? That's right. Are they your friends? How do we explain this? Oh boy. Gotta rescue them. So that actually happened? Now that I think about it, they were behaving very suspiciously. I guess I still have a lot to learn where Sadil were in my shoes. Did you see which way they went? Yes, they were heading that way. They probably went to go mine the ores. Alright then, let's go after them. Oh, they're running here. This is why they're still chasing us. Do I look like I know you, numbskull? It's just bad luck. Come on, they seriously are still coming? That's those suspicious people. Stop, don't run. Be careful, those things behind them are. Here, please help. I'll pay you, I swear. Those monsters are coming this way. Careful. Access hostile reactions detected. Switching to purification mode. For your own safety, Miss Manor, please keep certain distance.
Freeze!
Leave it all to me.
There we go.
Cool it! Freeze!
Speed of light. With sword comes shadow.
Man, I hate fighting rip-downs. One down.
Incoming.
Cool it! Don't get frostbite.
Steady as stone. Huh. Yeah. Hi, huh. Huh. Hi, huh.
There's too many of them. Can't hold any longer.
What's the hurry?
Useless, look, get back. Don't die in a place like this. Oh, are they actually dying?
Let's dance. Yeah.
Dodge this! Freeze! Oh, so sorry.
Leave it all to me. Hi, huh. Hi.
Cool it!
Permafreeze.
Yeah. Oh, hi. Hi.
Freeze!
I kind of like it when the enemies don't fight back.
Don't blink. Hey! Nowhere to hide.
Hi, I'll protect us.
Dodge this! Freeze! Cool it! Don't get frostbite!
Huh. La, 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 la. Oh,
Dodge this!
steady as stone. Let's dance. As a good night should.
Freeze!
Hi. Hi.
Cool it!
Speed of light. Cut to the chase.
Got him. Saved at last. Oh, hey, what are you doing? Arresting the masterminds behind the summoning of these creatures. What else? Hey, we didn't do anything. We were just being chased by those monsters, honest. What's going on? Tell us everything. Also, what about the purple guy? Where's Jacob? That's right, confess. Whatever. Now that it's come to this, we might as well come clean. Just our luck. Seriously, we should have never taken this job. The madman got us to bring him those redstones, you know? Those you gathered previously. He said they'd be important. Important for what? For whatever the heck was going to do with them. He didn't tell us anything else, just to get in those ores. By all Akmar, we're mercs, not miners. And we did it for him, all right. For half a day we worked, and at the end of it, he didn't even pay us when we gave him the damned ores. He even started saying some weird stuff. He hadn't even caught what he said before he took the fragments and left, dropping us like a sack of potatoes with a useless, and I guess old ways are the best. No pay either. I was gonna get even with that scoundrel, but he did some hand sign and blabbered out something in a language I didn't know. That's when those monsters appeared, and they chased us all the way here. Hi, the scumbag. Sounds like he's working with the Abyss Order. Did he summon the monsters at other locations? What other locations are you talking about? The same monsters appeared in areas around the village, and they attacked Melusines, wherever they found them. Wait, did something like that happen? I didn't know, I swear. After leaving your place, that Jacob guy led us to an intersection up ahead. We didn't really delay. So basically, he never told you anything except you should steal the paintings. Don't even bring it up. Never mind telling us anything. That charlatan didn't even pay us our deposit. Why'd you work so hard for someone who doesn't even pay a deposit? Is it because you thought he was handsome? Oh, so you like purple, do you, boss? What in the world are you talking about, you idiot? Of course not. How's that guy handsome anyway? Also, what kind of reason is that? I like purple? Huh. Well, he sure looked like he was in the Mora. I hope that little extra enthusiasm might get him to part with more of it. So I decided to waive his deposit. And that's what you call a self-inflicted wound. Looks like we won't be able to get anything useful from these guys. How should we deal with them now? Don't worry, leave that to me. I'm not an official agent yet, but I can escort them back to the village and hand them over to Sadil. No problem. Wait just a moment. Aren't we victims too? You ransacked my house, hurt Seymour, and still claim to be victims? That's right. Wait, whose house did they ransack? Stop, that's not the main point. Exactly, to think that you'd even do something like that. You're incorrigible. Come now with me, and don't you dare resist. Wait, you're going after that guy, aren't you? We know where he's gone. Listen, he's headed towards the place with the giant rock hanging. You know, that over that way? If you give chase now, you can still catch him. Place with the giant stone. You mean the warm place that makes people at ease? Why would you tell us this? Even so, we won't... Hey, even mercenaries know how to be picky about our employers. That self-serving monster-summoning fraudster is no employer of mine, no matter how much he's offering. Not that he even paid us the deposit in the first place, I mean. Ah, crap. More earthquakes. Hey, sis, do you think this earthquake could be? Crap, more of those monsters show up. Hey, Shorty, you wanted to arrest us, right? Quick, do it now. We surrender unconditionally. That's more like it. Go reform yourselves at the Fortress of Meripede and learn to be useful to society. Guess we'll have to leave them to you. We'll get to the bottom of these quakes. Alright, mercs. Don't get any funny ideas. The Moisen Gardemang will be here to show you what for. After disarming the mercenaries and tying their hands, they escort them away. What are we supposed to do now? What's wrong? You don't look good at all. It's not that. It's father. It hurts. Oh, why are you doing that? I heard it too. You look horrible, Dan. You heard something? What'd you hear? I'm fine, but... we must hurry. We're out of time. Out of time. The place we collected the paints previously? Yeah. We gotta get over there. Even if you say that, shouldn't you rest for a bit? You look like you're hurting all over. Yeah, it hurts. I've never experienced anything like this before. But I must go. Father must be suffering far more than I am. Please, Dan and Paimon, please take me there. To the place where we gathered the high purity ores earlier. Let's go. Let's take the shortcut. And that's where we'll stop for now. I said I had time to do about 2 acts. We've done 2 acts. So, until next time, I'll see you guys in another stream. This has actually been more exciting than I thought it would be, and it's not as long as I thought it would be, which is ideal in my opinion. It's going at a pretty steady pace, and I feel like we're going to resolve it. This next act probably will be the last one. I could be wrong. Those of you who have done this before probably can correct me in the comments. But we'll probably be back to doing this tomorrow. So, we'll be jumping straight into this. So I'm not going to put a gap in between these episodes because I really want to see this resolved. Until next time, bye-bye.